you know who I am? I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal. People know me.
Listen, big deal. You got another problem. Women always figure out the truth. Always.
This is so nuts. I mean, listen to what you're saying. It's paranoid delusion. It's really sad. It's pathetic.
Am I? Or am I so sane that you just blew your mind?
That is the weirdest thing you have ever said.
It's the Al Travis Show, and one of my absolute distinct pleasures is getting Don Shelby on the program. Mr. Shelby, how are you doing today?
Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you. I really want to find out how your thoughts on Thanksgiving, a few things. Did you have a nice Thanksgiving, and what does that mean by you? Is it a large group, a small group? Is it traditional? Is it turkey and ham and nothing else? Or give me your Don Shelby Thanksgiving.
First of all, it's traditional food,
Okay.
with one addition that came from my mother's side of the family and went back very far. Maybe other people do this, but homemade, very thick, robust egg noodles, swimming in turkey and chicken broth, and then the proper way to eat it when you come from my family is you get a gigantic lump of mashed potatoes, and then you take all the noodles that have been sort of drained of all of the broth, and you dump that right in and mix it in. So your dish is egg, noodles, and potatoes. So we're not starch averse at the Shelby household.
A lot of napping after dinner. Is there anything Don Shelby would take off the traditional Thanksgiving table? I'm telling you one, I can't get my head around cranberries and the cranberry jelly. I can't get off of that. Your thoughts? Anything you would take off the table?
Anything with shredded coconut.
Oh, amen.
So I love. Do you know the dish ambrosia? It's made with Cool Whip and sour cream, and I put a little coconut milk in, but it's not shredded coconut. It just gives it kind of the pina colada flavor.
Sure.
And then it has pineapple and mandarin oranges, and I throw in some drained fruit cocktail and mix that up, and it is literally ambrosia. From the classic sense. I am lifted into a different world by eating that, and so that is certainly one. The egg noodles, absolutely, but I'm with you. The cranberry sauce in a can that comes out solidified like some gelatinous form that when you cut it, I thought it, remember when I first ate it, I thought it was beets. Sliced up just from the can. That's the way my mother did it. She went, okay, it's the can of thing, and blop. Yep. And then I'll just cut this up into slices. And I didn't like it until I got, and that didn't mean I like it. I got to the point at somewhere in my career or in my life where I was able to understand what amuse-bouche meant. That in fine dining, a chef will prepare something that is distinct from the meal you're actually having, and it's a small portion, and you eat that first, and it is either savory or sweet, and it wakes up your tongue, and you're not intended to eat a giant pile of this. It's a very small portion, just a mouthful. And so it is to amuse the mouth, amuse-bouche. And I find a little dab of cranberry, and it's chunk cranberry that I prefer now. Cranberry will wake up your taste buds to start the meal, but do not put it on the plate. Do not put cranberry sauce particularly the gelatinous kind.
When you were
on the
talking
plate.
about slicing that, I remember that as a child. My mom doing the same thing, and it would sit on the side of my plate because I was not going to eat it. Just could not
course,
handle it.
no.
And then it'd warm up, and it would leak, and you'd have the leakiness going into the stuff I love most, the turkey. I could not stand it. Anyway, moving on.
No, listen. When you turn your mashed potatoes a kind of sort of bright maroon,
Yes!
it is inedible. You cannot, as a child, you cannot do that. It cannot be eaten.
100%. Okay, now on the Turkey Day itself,
Yeah.
you have folks at your place, you go somewhere, and I'm wondering how much does Don cook? Are you the turkey master if it was at your house?
Okay, let's go back years.
Okay.
The master cook. I had cooked everything.
Buddy.
And then as time went by, we, of course, realized that there were other people attending who could also do that work. And so we had people bringing dishes. Then we had the potluck Thanksgiving. That was also fancy. But at the same time, I heard a comedian say the other night, I will not eat anything that somebody cooked in their house and brought.
Well, you never know with cats.
It's always foreign. I remember one aunt came to our house one time for Thanksgiving and brought oyster dressing. And we lived in the Midwest, and we didn't know from oysters except the hard fried kind.
Yeah.
And I ended up loving going to the ocean and eating oysters, but this was something you were very frightened of. And at the end, she took back a casserole dish that had been untouched, except some of the crust. Some of the crust had been eaten, but she would have leftovers herself. But I still love egg noodles, homemade, rolled out yourself, made with a dozen egg yolks. And enough flour to make just a solid mass of dough. Roll it out, cut it with a knife, boil it in turkey drippings, and maybe you can add some chicken broth. But I have to tell you a real quick story. My grandmother always made this. I've figured out how to make it, so that's my contribution now these days. But sometimes it's depending on who you go to, what daughter that your house you're going to, or what in-law you're going to, it ends up being high V.
Okay, egg noodles.
Yeah, not just egg noodles. It's high V. They spend $358. I saw the bill. $358 for somebody else to do the whole Framin thing, and it was good.
I'm sure.
If you close your eyes and not look at the tinfoil dish that it's coming out of, the least they could do is get regular dishes and take all the thing and pour it in there and go, I've made that.
See,
Almost
now,
homemade, as my wife says.
Hy-Vee won't do that, but Byerly's would. They'd put the extra plate. Maybe Byerly's, you just came up with a great idea for them. One last thing before we go to break, sir.
Yeah.
How about the size of your Thanksgiving? Is bigger better as far as the number of people, smaller? I've been complaining about this a little bit. I love my in-laws, but we have like 30 people there, and you just can't talk with everybody. You just can't. They're so loud. I think I'm coming down to, I'd really like a 6 to 8, maybe 10-person Thanksgiving. Is that just asking too much? What's your favorite Thanksgiving size?
The Chinese would tell you out to be careful what you wish for. There is, I've had it both ways. I've had a gigantic 40, 50 people on both sides of the Shelby and Warburton clan, my mother and father's sides, with all the cousins and all the uncles and all the grandchildren. And it was glorious. It was just glorious. And I've had the smaller, where just our family, just the children, the grown children, their spouses, and grandchildren. And that is wonderful. That intimacy is very special, and you get time to spend very closely and intimately with each person and listen to something other than lies or bragging, which is very famous in our house for Thanksgiving and Christmas, by the way. You save up a whole year to, this is a lie I'm going to tell. And let's see if anybody catches on. And right before you leave, you go, I was lying. And then and you go, come on, I was living off that. So, but here's the downside. So be careful what you wish for. That unfortunately, people in this world, you and I are the lucky ones, where the number of people who come to Thanksgiving keeps dwindling.
Sure.
They pass away. They move away. And Thanksgiving, after you have had that wonderful family thing, can be a very lonely time for people, too.
Sure. Very true, sir. Very true. I've got to go to break.
Yeah.
I think what's going to be the best thing about all this talking with Don thing for me is finding out those little nuggets. The fact that Don Shelby and his family set up a lie the entire year to spring on the family, to let them take it hook, line, and sinker. That says more Dr. Freud stuff about you, Don. I think that is. I'm going to talk to him about shoveling snow after this. It's Don Shelby on the Al Travis Show.
Chanhassen dinner.
If it's your turn to host a game, Grandpa's Barbecue suggests you try something different. Put out the perfect barbecue flavor of Grandpa's Barbecue. Add it to your ribs, dip the meatballs, or drench your wings in the original flavor of Grandpa's Barbecue. It isn't too hot or spicy, fruity or smoky or whatever. Grandpa's Barbecue. Available in select stores and online at grandpasbarbecueshop.com.
It's nice to know a guy that knows a guy. Al Travis.
We've got him, Don Shelby, on the program with us, finding out all the intricacies of Don. I got a question for you. Don, I don't know how much snow you guys got up there. Your neck was. We're close to 9.5 down here, and try to be like, say, some people have a harder time. My wife goes, "Why don't we just hire the guy? We got a guy, who can come by." And I said, "Because I got a snowblower." I actually, Don, this is the truth. When I was young and I had to shovel, I said, if God would give me a snowblower, I'd be that guy, like my old man, and just do everybody. I'm just got it. So I own one. Now, 10, 12 inches, even my little snowblower has its issues. Right. But the wife and I said, well, no. So I said no, and we took care of it this weekend. How much snow did you get? And are you to the point of just have the kid next door do it? Pay him a 20 spot?
Not snowblowing.
Okay.
I think we got around 8. And what I have learned in my dotage is that it's better to take it on 2 inches at a time. So even though it's the snow, everybody always says the snow stops. Yeah. I go out in the snow once 2 inches there and run through the snow blowing. It takes me no time at all because the snowblower just eats that up. But
that's right.
Here's the deal. So I end up doing it 3 times, and I have a perfectly fine place, and I don't have to break a back to try to do it. I used to have an 8 horsepower, 7-speed tractor model push Toro. Mm-hmm. That had traction, and I could make it even with more traction. And Al, just taking that thing out of the garage and putting it in snow was more work than I want to do. When I got it, it was a godsend. It was perfect. I was manly. I had muscles. And I was a show off. I would do not only my yard and my driveway and my sidewalk. I would do the neighborhoods because I was that kind of guy who was so helpful to neighbors and actually the biggest show off in the country. So,
and it was easy. That's so funny. No, this is what you got to share, though. This is the life experience, because you're 100% correct. I literally told my kids about that this weekend. I go out that 10 inches or whatever it was 3 times. Yeah. Got it first couple 3, because, again, the snowblower go through that in a heartbeat, and you're not working yourself to death.
Exactly.
But I don't know how old I was when I figured that out. I remember shoveling 10-inch snows, and I'm like, what am I doing? I couldn't give a snowblower through. This is a life lesson we need to teach the kids early. And they might think we're wimps, but it's so much better.
Right. Yeah, because time to them is an important thing. And they have the wrong idea about time-space continuum. They believe that right now is the most important moment there is. Yes. And they have to spend that doing things that they find absolutely essential in their lives in order to be them. And it has to be now. They have to do it right now. And to spend 3 different times doing the same work, they are not able, most of them are not able to consolidate and say, wait a minute, I can either spend 2 hours doing this work with this big machine and getting very tired, or I can spend 25 minutes 3 different times.
Yep.
And so I don't know when it came to me, but it was not early. It came late because manufacturing processes and incredible inventiveness by these snowblower companies made it so that I watched a neighbor do a lot of work that would have taken my big machine probably an hour to do. He did in 20 minutes with a small machine that had a lot of ability to throw snow and eat a lot of snow. And it cost a third of what I had. So mine finally broke. My big one broke, and I had the choice, take it in and have it repaired for $900 or get rid of it and spend $400 on the small one my neighbor had, and I'm having a ball with this thing. I can't wait for snow to come because
that's funny.
Toro invented a thing that just works, and it's wonderful. It doesn't take any room in the garage, and you can fix it with a nail file.
That is so funny because I got one of those smaller ones, but I had to modify it. I call it my smoking room, one of those 3-sided plastic shields.
Yes.
That is supposed, because then you can smoke a cigar while I'm doing it.
Yes.
And now it absolutely becomes one of my favorite things to do all winter long, as long as it's warm enough. I got a smoking room on mine. Now it's perfect. And you're right, Toro knows how to make a smoke room. Sir, I got to go. I find you so refreshing and so much fun. When we get you back here next month, we'll find out how your Christmas and New Year's went. Is that fair?
I'll be happy to do that, and God willing, I live that long. That
we're hoping so, and I would like you to remember the lie you tell at Christmas, because I think we got to start a book of those. I find that as hilarious. The lies Don Shelby's told on the Al Travis Show. We'll get him back next time. Thank you, sir.
Al. See you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Capital, who knows how to get things done.
And you're in luck, because that's exactly